Justice League is an upcoming American superhero film based on the DC Comics superhero team of the same name, consisting of Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. Distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures, the film is intended to be the fifth installment in the DC Extended Universe, DCEU. The film is directed by Zack Snyder with a screenplay by Chris Terrio and Joss Whedon, from a story by Terrio and Snyder, and features an ensemble cast that includes Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Amy Adams, Jeremy Irons, Diane Lane, Connie Nielsen, and J.K. Simmons. In Justice League, the superhero team forms to honor Superman following his death and to save the planet from the catastrophic threat of Steppenwolf and his army of Parademons. The film was announced in October 2014 with Snyder on board to direct and Terrio attached to write the script. Initially announced as Justice League Part 1, with a second part to follow in 2019, the second film was indefinitely delayed to accommodate a standalone Batman film with Affleck. Principal photography commenced in April 2016 and ended in October 2016. Snyder then initially hired Joss Whedon to write scenes that would be filmed during reshoots. However, Snyder left the project in May 2017 following the death of his daughter. Whedon was hired to oversee the remainder of post-production, including directing additional scenes written by himself. Snyder received sole director credit for the film, with Whedon receiving a screenplay credit in post. With an estimated production cost of $300 million, the film is one of the most expensive ever made. Justice League is scheduled to be released by Warner Bros. Pictures in the United States in 2D, 3D, and IMAX on November 17, 2017. Cast: Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, Batman. The leader and benefactor of the group of metahumans, a wealthy socialite and the owner of Wayne Enterprises, who also dedicates himself to protecting Gotham City from its criminal underworld as a highly trained, masked vigilante equipped with many powerful tools and weapons. Henry Cavill as Kal-El, Clark Kent, Superman. A Kryptonian survivor and journalist for the Daily Planet based in Metropolis who gains superhuman abilities under a yellow sun, who was presumed dead after the events of Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. In February 2016, Cavill announced on social media that he had already started exercising for the film in advance of principal photography. 6. Gal Gadot as Diana Prince, Wonder Woman. An antiquities dealer and acquaintance of Wayne who is actually an immortal Amazonian warrior that is the crown princess of Themyscira and daughter of Hippolyta and Zeus, who possesses superhuman attributes and abilities inherited from her parents. Ezra Miller as Barry Allen, The Flash. A Central City University student, who can move at superhuman speeds with his ability to tap into the Speed Force. Jason Momoa as Arthur Curry, Aquaman. The heir to the throne of the undersea nation of Atlantis, 7, whose metahuman aquatic abilities and superhuman physical attributes originate from his Atlantean physiology. Ray Fisher as Victor Stone, Cyborg. A former college athlete who, after being cybernetically reconstructed after a nearly fatal accident, has powers that allow him to manipulate technology and to turn his arms to cannons. Fisher portrays the character through the use of motion capture for the cybernetic portion of his body. 8. Amy Adams as Lois Lane. An undaunted and compassionate award-winning journalist for the Daily Planet and the primary love interest for Kent. 9. Jeremy Irons as Alfred Pennyworth, Wayne's butler, chief of security, and trusted confidant. 10. Diane Lane as Martha Kent, Kent's adoptive mother. 9. Connie Nielsen as Hippolyta, Prince's mother and the Amazonian queen. 9. J.K. Simmons as James Gordon, the commissioner of the Gotham City Police Department and close ally of Batman. 9. Kieran Hines as Steppenwolf, the alien military officer from Apocalypse who leads an army of Parademons, charged by his nephew and superior officer Darkseid with finding the 3 mother boxes held on Earth. The character is described as old, tired and trying to find a way to escape his role in servitude under his nephew. 11. Hines will portray the villain through use of motion capture and received some advice in the process from Liam Neeson, who had recently done similar work in A Monster Calls. 12. Joe Morton, Robin Wright and Jesse Eisenberg reprise their roles from previous films as Silas Stone, a scientist at STAR Labs, and Victor Stone's father, as Andiop, Hippolyta's sister and Diana's aunt and mentor, and as Lex Luthor, an eccentric young businessman, Superman's indirect killer and hereditary CEO of LexCorp respectively. 13-14, Willem Dafoe, Amber Heard, Billy Crudup, and Kiersey Clemens will portray the characters Nuidas Vuko, Mira, Henry Allen, and Iris West, respectively. 9-13, Julian Lewis-Jones will portray King Atlan, the King of Atlantis. 15, while Michael Hatton has been cast as a human bank robber who clashes with Wonder Woman early in the film. 16-17, Mark McClure, who portrayed Jimmy Olsen in the Christopher Reeve Superman films, has a cameo as a police officer. Music. In March 2016, Hans Zimmer, who composed the score for Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, stated that he is officially retired from the superhero business. 98, by June 2016, he was replaced by Junkie XL, who wrote and composed the soundtrack of Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice with Zimmer. 99, in June 2017, Danny Elfman was announced to have replaced Junkie XL. 100, Elfman had previously composed Batman, Batman Returns, and the theme music for Batman, the animated series. Elfman confirmed that he would be using the Batman theme music from the 1989 film for Batman in the film, and would also use briefly John Williams' Superman theme during a dark, twisted moment in the film. On October 15, 2014, Warner Bros. Announced the film would be released in 2 parts, with Part 1 releasing on November 17, 2017, and Part 2 on June 14, 2019. Snyder will direct both films. 61, in early July 2015, Wu revealed that the script for Justice League Part 1 had been completed by Terrio. 62, Zack Snyder stated that the film will be inspired by the New Gods comics series by Jack Kirby. 5, although Justice League was initially announced as a 2-part film with the second part releasing 2 years after the first, Snyder announced in June 2016 that they would be 2 distinct, separate films and not one film split into 2 parts, both being standalone stories.